Are we crazy? Bringing our kids to another country? What if it's not safe? I don't know about you, but we get bored pretty easily.
Yeah.
So it was a 3-month trip. Was it ballsy? Yeah. It's hard to navigate. You got to take tuk-tuks here and take a boat over there and a 6-hour van ride of a guy driving way too fast.
I mean, it's giving me goosebumps right now talking about it because, all right, guys, here we are, episode number 3. Wow, this is going amazingly. Wouldn't you agree?
It's happening. I am really, really excited that we have it launched. We're 3 episodes in. The feedback has been amazing. Such great comments. People are digging it. What else can you ask for?
So we're all kind of new at this. And if you look at our first podcast, we're out on the couch. Second podcast, we're in the bedroom. Third podcast, we have a little bit more lighting. Fourth podcast, we got a massive road setup coming. We got a mixer, all kinds of cool stuff. Might even throw some sound effects in there. So as we go along, we will get better and better and better and better. Yeah, we're just learning as we're going. And this is all about trying something new.
One of our friends from Las Vegas, who's Sean Cannell, we went to his workshop. We learned a ton from him. And one of the things that we live by is something that he says all the time is punch fear in the face and press record. And this podcast has been in the back burner for a while now.
Over a year.
And we're like, yeah, I want to do a podcast. And it just never came to fruition because, you know, there was a lot of factors and that we weren't sure about. We're not familiar in that realm. And so it just kept us sort of paralyzed until 2 weeks ago. We said, you know what? Punch fear in the face and press record. Here we are 3 episodes in and having a great time.
And you know, as we get deeper and deeper into this, everything starts to unravel itself and reveal itself. And we start to learn and we go, oh my gosh, like I'm semi-decent at this. I got good lighting. I know how to upload these things now.
It's actually pretty easy.
It's pretty fun. So one of the greatest things that we could ask for is all the comments that you guys give us on YouTube and all the other platforms. We answer all of our comments on there. We're super blown away by how long they are. Some of them are like 2 or 3 sentences, a paragraph. Very meaningful podcast. So we have discovered that this actually invigorates us also, which I thought it would happen, but I didn't think it would happen to the level that it is because this is really it's really cool. It's really
I think this is so cool because it's so candid. It's just candid. Like when we make a short, it's very intentional. Like it's just, this is the purpose of the video and we shoot it and whether it's edited or a straight shot, it is what it is. But here it's very conversational. We're talking about stuff that we never talked about on social media before, our history, how we, just all the ins and outs.
And you really get time to settle into the story and it's not rushed. I mean, you think about a short, we got 30 seconds to get you guys. We're trying to do a hook, an intro, tell a story, and a call to action. Yeah. It's like speed dating us on crack, The long form is another element that we get to share, but that's a little bit more produced. So this podcast, I don't know. It's been invigorating.
I feel like it's real and it's raw.
Yeah.
That's what I actually wanted to call the podcast, trying something new, real and raw. And then we're like, I probably need to have some keywords in there, travel family stuff. So here we are. But I really want this to be very authentic, very genuine. We are who we are, and we're going to be very blunt and matter of fact and real.
All right, that's a great intro. Let's roll into what this podcast is going to be all about. So the last podcast, we left off on how we found our RV, how we got out of the house, our first years of traveling in the RV life, buying an old RV, buying a 1999 Winnebago for $19,000 cash. And we really went into how we make money on the road too. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out our last episode because it was pretty cool. A lot of fun stuff in there. But this episode, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into our journey and talk about when we went to Southeast Asia, what that felt like, what it was, where we went, and how much amazing fun and just really dope ass memories that we had while we were over there.
Yeah. So all about our international adventures and living and learning abroad. So how should we kick it off?
How did we go international in the first place? That's a big thing.
I'll kick it off.
All right.
So our kids were really young. Ryder was about 2 or 3 years old. We said, you know what? For Christmas, let's trade things for experiences. And we booked a trip to Thailand. We wanted to spend the Christmas morning on a beach with turquoise waters, somewhere tropical on the other side of the world. And so have we been there before? Never.
Never.
Did we know if it was going to be safe to bring the kids? No. But we are all about adventure and travel and having fun. So we said, you know what? Let's book it. So I did some research, booked some tickets to Thailand. I forgot when we got there, but we were there for about 2 weeks.
I think we got there, let's just say December 18th. And we stayed till
January
3rd. So that was a blast.
Basically, we didn't really have much booked. We just knew our in and out, like when we were arriving and when we were coming back. And we left a lot open because we're very spontaneous. We're not planners. And so the thing when you travel over to Southeast Asia is you meet so many people along the way, and everybody's sort of traveling to all the cool destinations, right? You meet people and they go, oh, have you been here and here? And you're like, no. And so you may have planned out your entire 2 weeks or however long you're there, and then you're kind of locked into that. But then you meet people and they go, oh, actually, this is really good. And over there in Sigihor and all these places. And you're like, oh man, I'm already locked in, you know? So for us, we like to kind of go with the flow, which is what happened when we were there. Yeah. And it turned out amazing because places that we never heard of, because we've never been there, were, told by other people like, oh, that's a must, you have to go there. And so we sort of pivot and go to these other places. And it was the best thing ever.
So what was the town where they had that big tsunami? Or not, it was
in Phuket. Yeah,
Phuket. So we based out of Phuket for a couple of days, and we went downstairs and talked to the concierge at the hotel, and he lined out our whole...
I spent, about an hour and a half?
With the concierge in Phuket, and he lined out trains to planes to buses to boats,
different islands,
all the islands, and it was just epic. And so
the people that we have come across in Southeast Asia, which is it's just one of our favorite places to travel. The people are so warm and welcome and helpful, and if asking for nothing in return. That's just who they are, and they love tourists. And so when we come into their country, they're awesome. And so this one guy, he helped me line out everything, and everybody that we came across, they try their best to speak English and to make everything easy for you. Not that that's what you want or whatever, you figure it out, and we learned a little Thai and all that. It's just an odd feeling to be so welcomed into another country that it just makes your heart so warm.
Yeah. So we spent some time in Chiang Mai. We went to an elephant sanctuary. We went to Phi Phi Island, where what was that movie that Leonardo DiCaprio was shot?
Was that Maya Bay?
Maya Bay. Where else did we go?
I forgot what it was called. We went to El Nido. We went to Coron.
You're talking about the Philippines now. We're talking about Thailand.
Oh my gosh.
You did that at the beginning too.
We stayed in Phi Phi Island. And that's where we spent Christmas morning. What we did for Christmas morning is we hired a long-tail boat to take us out for the whole day and show us all the different destinations. And for the kids, Elfie came to Thailand and had a little special note for the kids and got them snorkels, a snorkel set, and I think 20 baht or whatever it was.
Wow, $20, like 100 baht. It was like
20 bucks, yeah, to buy whatever they wanted. And let me tell you, you didn't need the whole tree with the presents underneath it. The kids were just as happy. And that for us was sort of such a big eye-opener that the traditional American Christmas of, the huge tree and all the presents, and that's how we grew up, and that's what we were doing with our kids. And then we realized we don't want to fall into that consumerism of what we were doing.
And of course, we have a video of that, and I'll put it down in the description below. So definitely check that out if you want to. But
it is so cute watching that video and seeing how small the kids are.
But what a great day. Christmas Day, we got a long-tail boat. We went out to all these different locations. We went snorkeling. We just spent the whole day out having a blast. We came home exhausted, sunburnt, tan. Sky gets off the boat and yells, that was the best day ever. So really fun stuff. So that really lit our fire and lit the bug for us wanting to be international, wanting to travel and experience and see new things.
One of the biggest questions that we got as we were going over to Thailand and bringing the kids at a very young age was, are we crazy bringing our kids to another country? What if it's not safe? And I have to say, I felt so safe over there. Everybody, actually, kids are prized over there. Everybody loves talking to the kids. It's not just they talk to the adults. It's and what's your name? And how old are you? And they're picking up Ryder. And at first we're like, why are you picking up the kid and kissing him? But that's just the culture. It's just what they do. And then after a while, you're like, that is the sweetest thing ever. In the US, that just doesn't happen. I would never go over and just pick up some of my friend's kid or somebody I just met and start hugging on him and kissing on him. But over there, it's so endearing and so absolutely safe. We traveled all over Thailand, and I never, not once, felt unsafe.
Yep. So that lit the fire for us to want to do international travel and really experience more of the world, because we got a taste of how beautiful it was and how exotic and foreign and affordable and all the amazing things that came along with it. So we came back home, we resettled, we let the dust settle, and we were really itching for some international travel. So we had moved into the RV at this point, and we were traveling around the United States. We had done a year or two crisscrossing the United States. And you know what? We said, we're kind of, I don't want to say getting bored, but it's kind of familiar, and I need some kind of spark of inspiration, a fire of something to get me, I don't know, reinvigorated. or re-excited about life?
I don't know about you, but we get bored pretty easily. And it's almost like you get desensitized to all the cool things that you see, right? Because it just becomes normal, especially when you live a full-time travel life. When you live in a house, you go on vacations for a week at a time or whatever. And so you really cherish that week. But when you live it full-time, you're in the constant state of travel. You're always seeing new things, doing new things. You're always in a new place for the most part. So your senses are always heightened. So it just becomes familiar. So that's in the US. So for us, going international really put us out of our element again because everything's new. Like everything, the culture, the language, it's hard to navigate. You got to take tuk-tuks here and take a boat over there and a 6-hour van ride of a guy driving way too fast. So everything is just like your senses are like, just like, ah.
Definitely. Sensory overload.
We thrive on that.
Yeah. Everything's new. One thing that we always say is like, when you get too familiar with your surroundings, it's time to move because, you know, when you go into autopilot, then I don't know, just time to move on. So we came home. We traveled around the US for, let's just say 2 years. And then we go, you know what? We need to get back over to Southeast Asia. So we fell in love with Los de Blanc at the time. He was doing a lot of cool stuff over there.
We were definitely living vicariously through his videos. Yeah. I'm like, all right, the Philippines. That's the next one.
So our next adventure, we decided to book a trip we did 30 days in the Philippines and then we flew over to Thailand again.
So it was a 3-month trip is what we did. Was it ballsy? Yeah, the kids were already out of school. So we were like, we had the time. We booked out from our film business 3 months. So we knew we didn't have a job to do. Yeah, we literally did. Where did we go?
Yeah, so we booked a month in the Philippines. We booked a month in Thailand and a month in Bali. And so we had a one-way ticket into one-way ticket into Philippines, and we had a one-way ticket out of Bali. So for 3 months, we just had it in and out and nothing else was figured out.
Nothing planned.
And we just went for it. I think we had our first week in the Philippines figured out, but that was it. So we fly over to the Philippines and just figure it out along the way, which is kind of our sweet spot. It's kind of the funnest way for us.
We did have a struggle though in the Philippines. We did not know that it was Chinese New Year. A lot of Chinese people vacation in the Philippines. And so this is one downfall of not planning and looking ahead and knowing, is that there was hardly any hotels available. And that became pretty scary. One night in particular there was basically nothing available. Like we got one night by the skin of our teeth in this one hotel and they said they had nothing else available for the rest of the time that we were supposed to be there. So we literally were knocking on hostel doors, every hotel, nothing available. We have 3 small kids with us. And we're like, what the heck are we going to do? Like, this is serious, And then somehow, some way, the hotel that we were staying at was able to like extend our stay. But that was a little scary. So for me, it made me realize, okay, just look ahead, know like what holidays are happening and see if hotels are available. Because I didn't know. I was looking on booking.com and it was all red dots. And I'm like, I've never seen that before. What does that mean? I'm like, there's nothing available.
And so the way that we travel through the Philippines is there's 7,000 islands, I think, in the Philippines, 6,000, 7,000 islands, something like that. And so you want to see a lot of stuff while you're over there. So we had 30 days to be there. And so I would say every 5 days we were in a different location. So
it was a fast travel, yeah.
The thing about being in the States, let's say every 3 to 4 days you're in a different state, seeing a different attraction at that state. That's what we were trying to do in the Philippines. So it was just boom, 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 boom.
We're very adventurous. We wanted to see it all.
So we started in Manila, then we went to El Nido, and then we went to Coron,
Bohol,
Mobile, Cebu. I crashed a drone for the first time over there. Got a cool video on that. But we had a great time over there. It's I don't want to say it's third world, but it's back like I would say 30 or 40 years.
It's more rustic.
That's a great way to say.
Let's say Bali, right?
Yeah, it's more rustic. So we just love those true, raw, real, authentic experiences.
I gotta say something. In the Philippines, they spoke perfect English. Almost everybody spoke perfect English that you felt like you could be in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, it
was insane.
They pride themselves on customer service, and the United States used to have some kind of influence over there for I think about 100 years or so. So we have to do some research and find out what the true story is.
I dated a Filipino guy when I was 17 for about a year, and so I actually learned some Tagalog. And I remember there was like maybe 10 things that I know, 10 phrases. And I would talk in Tagalog to them. And they were like, how do you know that? So I love learning as much as we can of a language when we go to their country, because it just shows them that you're trying, you care, and it's really fun.
Yeah, so Sandy would speak a little bit of Tagalog, and I would say, hey, say something to them, because the minute you do, it's like an unlock to another realm of their like hospitality. They're like, oh, okay, like I'll go a little bit even more extra for you because you gave a little extra to me. I don't know, like it was really cool. Super
it was
cool.
really sweet.
Super cool. One thing that we really fell in love with traveling over to Southeast Asia is just experiencing life on a different level. People live different over there, and it's really cool to be able to expose the kids to that and show them that not everything is a Walmart supercenter, and not everything is comfortable, and not everybody's on the same level, and not everybody has a car, not everybody has a bed to sleep in. So, I mean, it was really important and really humbling to go there and experience that with the kids and show them a different side of life, because, I don't know, it really, I mean, it's giving me goosebumps right now talking about it, because it really just shows them a different side that they're not exposed to on the daily. And it gives them, I feel like it gives them humanity, compassion, and love for your fellow human being. Because as we travel 10,000 miles halfway around the world, everybody's the same. Everybody wants the same thing out of life. Everybody wants to be happy. They want their family to succeed, and they just want to have a good time. And it doesn't matter where you are, that's the way it is. And we found that everywhere we travel, and it's just really, it fills my soul a little bit.
I think for me, like seeing the kids being exposed to, there may be people that are living on a pallet on the street. It's almost like funny, because here in the US, it's like who's driving what car and how big is the house. And over there, that's all stripped away. I loved that. We can relate to that. It's like, we're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. We're not trying to have the biggest house. And when I was back in New York in fashion, I loved having designer stuff and this and that and all that. And then I go, why am I wearing these labels thinking like that's going to make me feel better or whatever? And I think when we're over in Southeast Asia, everybody's stripped of that, and we're all just people. And it feels amazing. And so for the kids to see that at a young age, like there was a little boy that was taking a bath in a pail on the side of the road, and they were like, what's he doing? I go, that's how they're doing it. Like, that's how their family has to make it work. And isn't that beautiful that they're, no matter what, they're just living life.
Down by the river, people are taking baths in the river. One guy, when we were in Manila, he had both his hands chopped off, and he was living on a pallet, and his little kids were taking care of him. And it was just like, wow, it was really powerful to see. He stole something, obviously, in their culture. They don't tolerate that. But maybe he was stealing a bag of chips to feed his family or something. There's always sides to the story. Your
compassion just grows immensely when you're in situations like that, because man, it just breaks your heart to see. So we were in the Philippines, and then what? What did we do?
Then we cruised over to Thailand. We love Thailand, man. That was our second time back, and we're like,
I love Thai food.
Thailand just has a vibe of like, I don't know, it's like almost like a party. It's a party vibe. They're just, Thai people are so happy, and we love the Buddhism and all the spirituality that comes along with it. And there's a special
temples, there's so much to do.
There's a special energy in Thailand where they're almost like Westerners, but like more fun and more free, and like, I don't know.
You'll see some really interesting things in Thailand.
There's the lady boy shows and all the fun stuff that goes along with that.
We went to the full moon party for New Year's Eve on the beach, and
what beach was that? Koh Phangan? Koh Samui?
No, I cannot remember what island that was.
But it's the one where they have 50,000 people hanging out on the beach for New Year's Eve.
Jump rope that's lit on fire. I didn't do it, but Jimmy did. They had limbo that the thing was set on fire. Like the level of
lack of safety.
It's not stuff that you would see in the U.S. Let's put it like that.
But that's the awesomeness of it, And they shot off fireworks like right onto the crowd, and it was molten hot lava that shot up, I would say about 40 feet in the air, and then all these big chunks of like red hot metal fell down on the crowd, and everybody's like screaming and yelling that they're getting burned, and like, oh my God, and the next day we're taking a bus to like the airport, and half the people on the bus have big blisters all over them, and I'm like, you must have been in the wrong part of the fireworks show last night. So
that was because the kids were at the hotel. There was a babysitter, and I brought the kids earlier, but Sky was sick, so I brought Nixon and Ryder so they could experience it during the daytime and see all the fun and the paint and all that kind of stuff, the neon stuff. But then later on, Jimmy and I went, and that's when it started to really get wild. And then at midnight, they did the fireworks, and I'm thinking, we're all on the sand. It's not very wide, right? And there's the ocean. And they have these like things with, it said Happy New Year. It was all lit up. It was going to be fire. The fireworks are shooting right above us. And I'm going, something about this doesn't seem right. And sure enough, as soon as the fireworks started going off, they're not going very high. Like in the US, they go super high. And then all of a sudden, all the embers started falling on the crowd, on the people. And we were like, we better get out of here.
You could feel the heat coming off it. I'm like, everybody starts to panic and kind of the crowd swells and like, all right.
So they don't have the safety rules like you probably in the US. But you know, it was a damn good time.
Good story, right?
It was a damn good time.
One thing we found over there too is like when you try to book flights from different countries in the United States, they know you're in the US. So the tickets for the plane tickets are a little bit more expensive. And what we found over there is if you are in the Philippines and you book a flight over to Thailand, the tickets are way cheaper because they give you the local prices. They think that, and it's only like $50 to go from Philippines to Thailand.
So here's a little travel tip. When you're over there, there's so many countries in the area, and it's so cheap to travel to the countries. So I highly recommend taking advantage of that opportunity of visiting as much as you can while you're over there. Because it's, you know, it takes a lot to get over there. It's like 24 hours of travel or whatever. So once you get there, we always make the most of it. And so that's why we did 2 weeks and we bounced around as much as we could. Then we're like, okay, we need a longer time. So we did the 3 months. And then even within each country, we did as much as we could. But while we were there, we're like, man, we could go to Vietnam and Laos and all these cool things.
Cambodia,
everything is just so close. And it's like, I don't know, a $40 plane ticket. So you can maximize all of your adventures while you're over there. So if you guys want to go, highly recommend carving out an extra week or two or whatever, because there's so much to see. There's so much beautiful, everything, like the people, the landscape, the cultures. You can experience so much and really immerse yourself into it.
All right, so that wraps up a month in Philippines. Then we did a month in Thailand, and now we're going over to Bali. You know, another $40 plane ticket.
There,
never been to Bali, so we fly into Bali and start that epic journey of a month in Bali.
God, you have the beach challenge, you have the rice fields, you have, there's so much. There's just so much.
So man, Bali was epic, beautiful beaches. Even the people are another level of awesomeness. We had a driver for like $30 a day. And I asked him like,
shout out to Weira.
Weira, what's up?
And Ike?
Yeah, every time we go back there, he's our guy. So
he's awesome.
If you need his info, let us know. They have a tourism company. But so we're over there, he's driving us around. I go, why are you guys so over the nice top? I mean, we have 20 instances where people went out of their way to really, you know, take care of us, show us a good time, and make sure that we're headed in the right direction. I mean, we can do story after story after story of people that helped us out. So I asked Weira, why are you guys over the top nice? Is it because you want a bigger tip? You know, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, well, I speak 6 languages. And it's because when people come to my country, I want them to have a good time. And I want them to be able to experience everything that there is here. And he goes, and secondly, we're Hindu and we believe in reincarnation and the afterlife. And so the better we are in this life, the better life we get next time. And so that was like a big eye-opener to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything they do is in good spirit and in love and in passion because they...
Karma,
yeah. The better they are now, the better they get next time. And so, I don't know, it was kind of funny coming from a Western society of like, do you want a bigger tip? Like, what do you want that you are being so nice? No, it's not even about me. It's about their culture and their reincarnation. And, you know, 10 lives from now, he might be a king because he did so many amazing things, you know, in this life.
Now, Bali, the food was on another level because there's a ton of expats there. And so it's all the health conscious, the yoga, the very spiritual sort of essence over there. Like people go there for yoga training and all that kind of stuff. And so the food was unbelievable. The acai bowls and all the smoothies and all that kind of stuff. And just, if you're a vegetarian, Bali's the place to go. Because I'm vegetarian. And in Philippines, it was pretty hard to eat because it was very meat heavy. So I struggled a bit. And in Thailand, I loved pad thai. So we get street pad thai for $1. Amazing. Bali, though, just brought it up another level because they make it so pretty. It was flowers on it. It was really amazing.
They really go above and beyond over there. If you haven't been over there, highly recommend it. Definitely go back. So that was our 3-month stint. We did 2 weeks. We did 3 months. We come back to the States. It's funny too. Every time we come back to the States, we feel the energy is different in the States because over there, the energy is different.
Very calm.
Very calm energy, very loving, genuine. And you come back here and...
hold on. I want to give a little story.
All right.
So we rode scooters over there. And so I was going to the store on my scooter. The one villa that we stayed at was down this long alleyway. And so I was just riding back and there was a guy in front of me. There was like these little, streets came this way too. So there was a guy that came out of the street and the guy in front of me, they collided. They hit. It wasn't a horrible accident, but their scooters smashed into each other and they kind of fell over. And I was like, whoa, I was right behind him. And I go, oh, let's see what's going to happen here. I was kind of nervous. And you want to know how they reacted? They each got up. You okay? You okay? Okay. Okay. And then they each went on their way. And I went, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah, we have so many stories.
You cut somebody off in the US, you're getting the bird, you're getting this. They're really upset with you. And these guys literally hit. And it was really cool.
Quick, another story. We're at a restaurant one time. There's a car sitting out front and the scooter behind him. The guy in the car backs up, hits the scooter, knocks it over. The guy who owns the scooter runs out and apologizes to the guy in the car. I'm so sorry that my scooter was here and that you hit it. I'm so sorry. The other guy's like, I'm so sorry. And it's just like, wow, where are we? Like, that's crazy.
I want to talk about the accommodations real quick in Bali. Because Bali, opposed to the Philippines and Thailand, the architecture of the villas that they make there is beautiful. Like it's a lot about outdoor living. And so you could rent a villa and half of it is outside. Like there's no walls. And so you have your living room, all open air. The bathroom may be outside as well. And so in the middle of the night, there'll be a cover and maybe like the shower enclosure is all like rocks on the wall, like really beautiful. But yeah, and if you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you're literally outside. You can hear the crickets and all that.
It's surrounded, but there's no roof, right?
But it was so cool.
Yeah, it was
I
really
fell
cool.
in love. Yeah. So going to Bali, and this super inexpensive. I mean, for $1,000, you can get a crazy cool villa. 2 or 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, for weeks at a time for $1,000.
We did it for a month. We did like a month at a time.
Yeah, we did a month at a time.
And you have a housekeeper, like a house manager, and they come and they clean and
just make sure you're all good. Anything you need.
Sometimes they cook,
water.
And so it was really, really cool being over there.
Yeah, so we came back to the States. We reset for a little bit, and of course we had this bug, we had the itch, we had this Southeast Asia flair that we needed to be a part of. So we took another couple years tooling around the United States, doing the RV thing, having a great time, making wonderful memories and seeing all the awesomeness that there is in the United States. And then one day I look at Sandy and I was like, we need to go back to Southeast Asia and we need to go back to Bali and spend some time there. And at that time we're part of a world schooling community and they were having something called Stone Soup over in Ahmed, Bali. And it's a 1-month retreat where our 30 families came together and just grew and learned and spent time together. We use that as one of the basis, kind of the cornerstones of that trip to Bali, but we booked a 6-month trip to go back to Bali. And we kind of thought we were moving there for a little bit, right? We put the RV in storage, we said goodbye.
Every time that we traveled, we'd put the RV in storage. People were like, did you bring the RV over there? No, we'd always just put it in storage. And that's our home base when we come back. But it makes it super easy to travel like that.
So we head over there and we did 45 days in Canggu, which is kind of the hipster hotspot of Bali.
The beach town.
Yeah, a little beach town. It's kind of like Santa Monica. And we spent a lot of time there. There's all the little Instagram cafes and all the who's who's are kind of in Canggu.
A lot of the digital nomads live over there.
They were there for that time. And then we went over to Ahmed, Bali, where we met up with 30 other families.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So we've done like unschooling, road schooling, and world schooling. So we started the world schooling probably in the beginning of our adventure of this travel lifestyle. And we love that because the kids are really being immersed into the culture. The woman is easy that put the whole Stone Soup on. She hired locals to teach all of our kids about like, there was all different classes, but it was like the landscape and the rice fields. And we literally went into the rice fields and the kids, they would chop down the stalks of grass and the kids would bang it and the rice would fall out. So the things that they got to experience at such a young age was super cool. I'm like, can I try that too?
got a video on that too. I'll drop it down in the description below, so make sure you check that out.
And then they had like the traditional dance, Indonesian dance, Bali dance, whatever. And so they had locals teaching the kids all like the real, authentic, traditional stuff. Those moments are always so special because you're never going to get that sitting in school because it's just doesn't allow. It's going to be in a textbook. Yeah. So world schooling allows that kind of stuff like in person, hands-on. They went to a ceremony where they put rice, like everything has meaning, which I really love because we don't have that kind of tradition here in the US. It's so special.
That's what it is. It's tradition that's either hundreds of years old or thousands of years old. That these traditions, just a quick flashback to Thailand. We went to a temple And massage is very big in Southeast Asia. In Thailand, it's about $6 a massage for an hour, and it's
so
absolutely amazing. Bali was like $7 to $8 for an hour massage. When we were over there, we felt dumb if we didn't get a massage every night. And so every night about 8:30, I'd be like, go get your massage. And then she'd come back about, 9:30, and then I'd head out to get my massage.
And they are good.
Really good
They
massages.
are amazing.
But when we were in this temple in Thailand, all these ancient scrolls were on the walls, and all of them were referencing massage.
Massage, yeah.
And so they, for thousands of years, have been in tune with the body and what it does and massage. And all that. I was just like, wow, what a crazy concept. It's part of their culture. Now back to Bali. After Ahmed, we went to another.
Did we go to Ubud?
We went to Ubud for, another month. There was another world schooling pop-up community thing there that we were a part of. After that, we kind of parted ways with everybody that we had been connected to at that time, and we just went exploring all the different areas of Bali.
Little islands, yeah.
And so there's sister islands to Bali called the Gili Islands. We went over there and spent a couple weeks. 3 little islands, only horse-drawn carriages and
or bicycles.
Bicycles, no cars at all over there. It's all foot traffic. We love the Gili Islands.
And another thing, completely safe. Never once felt unsafe. In all 3 of these countries, never once felt unsafe at all. Nothing even made the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Nothing. Everybody was just so nice. We
were in downtown Bangkok at midnight, just out having a great time in the bar scene and all that stuff. And again, never once. You're always mindful. You're always aware. You're always on point. You're always tuned in.
I grew up in New York City, and I used to go to all the nightclubs and walk through the meatpacking district and bad areas back then. And it was always it was definitely scary and questionable. But at 3 a.m. But whatever. There was moments for sure back then where I was like, I probably shouldn't be out here. Going through Southeast Asia with all of our kids, never one thing. So if you have any hesitations about traveling to these countries, I have to tell you from our experience, and now we've been quite a bit over there, and a lot of our friends have either live over there or, visit there frequently, and never any issues. So don't be scared. Just don't believe a lot of stuff here on the news or in the newspapers, because I don't know. I think it's a lot of propaganda.
All right, so we spent a total of 6 months over in Bali, had a wonderful time. And I can honestly say probably about toward the end of the 6 months, I was almost ready. I was ready to go do something else. I was ready to try something new, right?
Well, yeah, I think another country, another area.
Another area for sure. At that point, our film production company was still going, and I had 3 big jobs that I had to fly back to the States for. I did a wedding, a bodybuilding show, and a commercial for
And I stayed there with the kids by myself, and we had another family of friends that were with us. Yeah, I never felt unsafe not having Jimmy there.
Yeah. And so I did about 2 weeks worth of work in the States, and then at that point we were starting to build our course, and we kind of needed to come back and reset and reinvent ourselves. And so I called up Sandy. I'm like, her visa was just about running out over there. I think that's what it was too. And so I was like, you should probably just come back, and we should regroup and then figure out what our next launch point would be. But just to kind of come home and take care of some stuff, I feel like.
Now, the crazy part is this was the end of 2019. I was over there with the kids. Jimmy was filming a couple of events. I don't know how long that time span was, maybe 2 weeks or so. But he was supposed to come back to Bali. And right after that was when COVID was starting to come out. And I just keep thinking, could you imagine it happened a little sooner, and I was over there with the kids, and you were in Vegas and couldn't they shut everything down. I would be like, that would have sucked.
They locked down Bali. They're kicking out all the foreigners, and people, their government operates different than our government, so things got a little dicey there for a little bit. But Sandy had luckily come back, I'd say a month before the whole thing really hit the fan, and all of our family was back home and all that stuff. Yeah. So that was the last point that we really went international. The Southeast Asia was right before COVID hit, which is kind of sad to say. I feel embarrassed to say that.
I feel like we're homebodies now or something.
And a lot of people say some of your guys' best videos, some of the stuff that I love watching the most was when you were in Southeast Asia. So we got to get back there. Sandy's 50th is coming up pretty soon, so maybe we'll plan something where we go over there and do something for
what are we going to do? So we've done a couple of international things. We've gone on a couple of cruises now. And so, been to Mexico with the kids and Jamaica and Grand Cayman. But those are just
that's
a few 6 hours that you're in a new, a country. And so we need to definitely explore more.
I feel like you're still in America when you're doing just cruises down in the
I
Caribbean.
know, that does feel like that.
All right, so we're at a point now where we're going to do a little bit of a lightning round. We do a little disrupts halfway through these things, and yeah, just have a little bit of fun.
All right.
Bit of fun together.
Let's do it.
All
What's
right,
the question?
why don't you hand me your phone real quick because I got a few questions on there. The lightning round on this one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do this or that. Before, on the last couple ones, we did questions and answers, but we're going to do this and that.
Where'd you put it?
I'm going to do Sandy with
go.
the first 10, and then she's going to do me with the second 10.
Okay.
All right, Sandy, here we go. Lightning round. And we got this idea from Nervo. I don't know if you guys are into EDM at all and Nervo, but they do a show.
Awesome sisters.
Yeah, and they do halfway through the show, they do a little this or that. So
Okay.
borrowed from Nervo. Great for the inspiration. All right, Sandy, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Oh, man, you're not even letting me settle in, huh? Cats or dogs?
Oh.
That's a good one.
That's a hard one because I've always had cats. And right now we have a dog. I'm torn on that one. I love them both.
All right, both of them. We're going with both on that one. Early bird or night owl?
You know, I got to say on both because I go to sleep late, but I also love to get up early and get a workout in super early.
All right, sounds good. Comedy or drama?
I love to laugh, so I have to say comedy.
All right, sweet or savory?
Sweet.
Sweet. Text message or a phone call?
Text. Text message.
Summer or winter?
Summer for sure.
Man, you are just like on fire on these things. A city or countryside?
I grew up in the city, but I don't like the city anymore. So, but countryside, I just have to say, I don't know.
Depends on how you're
Compared to countryside, I'll say city.
So you're going to pick up on number 11 for me.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Books or movies?
Movies, but I do like audiobooks.
Dancing or singing?
Well, I would always say dancing because we're like old school ravers, EDM heads that love to dance. But recently we're on a Virgin cruise and we did do some karaoke and I was like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know. I
enjoyed
kind of tapped into that little side of
Okay.
singing. But I don't know. I'm going to, just because it's a new found interest, singing.
Singing. All right. Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Pizza or pasta?
Pizza.
Me too. Morning or evening workout?
Oh, morning.
Yeah, for
Gets
sure.
my day started for sure.
Netflix or Hulu?
Oh, I've never even watched Hulu,
I
so
know.
I gotta say Netflix.
Travel by car or plane?
Oh, let's see. We've done so much travel by car, probably 80,000 miles by car, that I'm gonna say plane because you get somewhere 10 times faster.
I was just gonna say, well, and you guys probably we would go somewhere tropical.
Somewhere
and,
exotic,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cook at home or eat out?
Eat out.
So much
We
easier.
barely cook at home.
Sunrise or sunset?
Ooh, I'm gonna say sunrise.
Sunrise.
Quiet, nobody's out, brain's just waking up.
Yeah. iPhone or Android?
iPhone till we die.
All right, there you go. That was the lightning round.
That was pretty cool. So it gives a little more insight into us and all the stuff that we like, fun stuff. Okay, guys. So again, we are just blown away by the comments. Please leave comments. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear about. You know, it gives us energy. It gives us invigoration. It gives us life. And we just love connecting with you guys in the comments. So definitely leave some comments down below. Check out the old episodes.
And let us know what other topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Because like we've done this for so long that we don't know like what you guys might find interesting.
What we think is interesting might not be what you guys think is interesting. So yeah, let us know.
Or what you think is interesting we never even thought about. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely. And we're working on the course. After this podcast, we're going to shut off the cameras and sit down and brainstorm out the course. And
Deep
get it all lined
dive
out.
into the new, well, in case you didn't watch the last episode, we are creating a brand new course all on how to be a full-time content creator, teaching you all about how to make videos, how to make your content, how to really grow and monetize and get brand deals and all that kind of stuff. Stay tuned for that because that's going to be coming out. We're going to start working on it really soon. We want to have it done in the next like few weeks to a month.
So get on the wait list, drop your email somewhere. We'll have an opt-in and all that stuff. So it should be fun. So I think this will wrap it up, guys. We had a great time here with you.
Woo!
Talking about our international travels throughout the whole world. That really is the sweet spot for us. That's what resonates with us. That's what gets our soul turned on and fired up. And if you guys didn't know, our big dream is to buy a catamaran eventually and sail around the world and go back to all these exotic foreign places.
But by water.
In our own vehicle and have our own kitchen and have our own bed and all that stuff. And it's kind of like RVing on the water. So
I put up a poll not too long ago on Instagram, and I think I also did on YouTube. What videos do you guys really like to watch? Because we have the whole RV life and we haven't done much travel international with kids, but world travel with kids. And that actually got the most votes on both platforms. And then daily life stuff. So we'd love to hear what kind of videos, just like long form, more shorts, what topics, because we do want to start traveling international and showing you guys places maybe you never thought of bringing the kids. And we want to show you that you can.
Yeah. So get out there, travel, guys. This is where life is. That's where energy is. That's where experiences are. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. So whatever you guys do, get out there and
Try something new.